am hosting youth from Nyeri who is able to complete his university fees for Chapatis. We hear his story, his life stories. Welcome, Mr. Boniface. Maybe you can start by telling us who is this Boniface, Miss?
My name is, thank you for this opportunity given by the Chapatis, the Youth Hub, Nyeri. I'm Boniface Mosio Zivo. And this Boniface, I was born 26 years ago in a county known as Makueni County. And born in a humble background. And luckily, in a violent environment, a family. But I managed to study in my primary education. I attended Tongoni Primary School. It's a primary school.
Still in Makueni?
Yes, in Makueni County. Up to 2009. That's when I completed my ACPE and joining to high school by the name, I really do not call it high school. I call it a secondary school.
But still high school. Still high school.
Yes. But it is out of my expectations when I was in primary. I did not expect totally to get to such a school. It was a village one. It was a day school. It was a mixed body day secondary school. You see, so by the name itself, I did not like the name. I did not want to get to that school, and that's why I worked so hard in primary not to go to such a school. I wanted to go to big schools like Alliance, Starry Boys Center by those days, but I did not manage. Because my family, my parents, and the state at home could not afford such fees to get to a bigger and bigger schools, the ones I expected. But God is good. I accepted that challenge,
and still to move on.
I said to myself, it is not the school that is going to study. It is me. It is me. So I went to that secondary school. It was a day school. I used to track for, it is around 5 kilometers from home. So you can imagine a day, I was traveling almost 10 kilometers in a day. To and from. That's more than 2 hours travel to and from. But the goal, the idea was to get to campus level, to university level, to college level, so that I might one day I might see myself and see my family live better. So I toiled all through and worked. I mean, without despair. I consulted my teachers. I consulted everyone who was ready to help me. And lucky enough, I got to get good grades to get to university. So I got to Dedan Kimathi University, pursuing Bachelor of Commerce. And today I am an entrepreneur, doing Chapatis.
Chapatis?
Yes.
And you like it?
And I like it, yes.
Maybe sometimes back we used, maybe the parents, the stories we hear in 90s, that maybe Chapatis was a rare meal, and anytime maybe a family would get to share such, it was a golden opportunity. And that is what you do every time now and then. How did you get all the way to maybe to Nyeri County? Had you maybe imagined that one day you would come to Nyeri County? Had you maybe the idea to Kimathi University? How did you get to Nyeri County and now Kimathi University?
For information, I did not know about Nyeri before. I used to just see it in maps when I studied. When we were in primary, studying geography. I mean, it's not geography, social studies in high school, studying geography. So I came to know Nyeri County after I passed to get to campus.
That is KCSE, after KCSE.
After KCSE. When I qualified to get to the campus. So when we were doing revisions and trying to fill in those I mean, courses we would like to do in campus. That's the time I saw Dedan Kimathi located in Nyeri. He could accommodate me to do business. I mean, studies. I mean, that is BCom. And the moment I passed is when I got to Nyeri to do in Dedan Kimathi University to pursue Bachelor of Commerce.
Okay. Yes. Then that's how you got to Nyeri. And now you have to stick to Nyeri, or do you have plans maybe?
No. When I have no plans currently of getting outside Nyeri. I have no hurry to get outside Nyeri, because in Nyeri I've met good people. It's where I got the passion of doing chapatis. It's where I got the base of my career. So even if I have to get out of Nyeri, it's not soon, it's not planned.
So Nyeri imekuwa nyumbani kwako?
Nyeri sasa imekuwa nyumbani because it's where I've done it's where I've established my businesses, and hopefully I'll be extending to other places. But then Nyeri is kama nyumbani.
Wow.
Yes.
Umemaliza form 4, umejipata Nyeri County.
Yes.
Kimathi University. Life in campus. Ilikupata vipi?
Life in campus. This is I think it's one of its own. And I really do not get sifurahi sana kuiongelelea. Lakini sababu leo nimeuliza nitaiongelelea. I don't like talking about that life. It was hectic. It was so bad. It was
kwako ilikuwa gumu.
Ilikuwa ngumu sana. But out of that problem, that issues, those burdens, and that darkness, light came out of that.
Wow.
When I got into campus in 2014, I schooled well the first 2 years. But unlucky enough, at home, I told you that my parents were violent. So we were affected by that domestic violence, fights, disruptions, problems, and I am the firstborn in my family. So you can be sure, you can imagine the state I was in when my mother and my father separated, fought. I mean, dispersed, each one going to their own destinations. So when I was in my getting to that year, I lacked almost everything. The only thing I was left with, I think, the clothes, the life
from God.
Yes, because I had no fees, I had no food, I had no even friends. You know, friends even. I had no even friends. I lacked almost everything to a point of despair. And one time I thought of even getting out of this world. But thoughts came to me, the teachings of the church. One day we used to study, I mean to come to church, to have masses in the Catholic halls. It was called the Catholic halls, those days, now Govanis. But when I thought of myself, I thought again and again, an idea came to me that I should stop schooling and get back to town, get into the streets and work and stop this hectic burden of studies. Then I deferred my studies for a year. I got to Nairobi. Now in Nairobi I started working in places, in scary places. In Nairobi I used to work, I used to live in with a friend in a slum known as Mukurupa Jenga. Yes.
Now that you have already left campus.
No, it's not leaving campus. It's
work and go.
Yes, it's parking. I have nothing even to park. It's just go the way you are.
Hata huko pia wazazi
no one knew where I was.
So you just walked out and ukaondoka tu.
hakuna mtu alijua hata kama nimejifanya. Hakuna mtu alijua vile naendelea na masomo yangu. So it was just, I just moved.
Just the moment of living.
The moment of moving. The way I am. The way I was.
There's nothing to pack from Nyeri.
What do I find?
Ile maisha ya campus, kitu kidogo tu hapa na pale.
What did I have to pack? It is you get to use mobile loans, apply, and move. Just get the fare and just move. Not just moving home, but just moving somewhere where you have people and
peace of mind.
And at least you will see other people moving up and down in a different environment. So I just wanted a different environment, not home, not school. So I got myself to Nairobi. I luckily got a friend of mine, and we talked, and he accepted to host me. He was a fully by that time. Alikuwa anafanya kazi ya tiles.
Okay.
So he recruited me. He showed me, akanionyesha mambo na mjengo. I got to mjengo. I got to other jobs. Mjengo was very hard. Mjengo is a deadly. I had it as a deadly opportunity. But that is what was there at that moment. So I had to accept that. The little, the one, that was the available opportunity that was there. Working in Jengo, fanya repair kidogo, and it was very hard. I left that one, going to another occupation of doing watchman kidogo. Yes.
Kuna kuchagua. Whatever comes, you go with it. Baraka pesa.
Nikaingia kwa watchman kidogo. Nikatoka pale, I started selling fruits on streets. Hey, it was hard. But lucky enough, yes. But one time, lucky enough, I got an opportunity. Out of those, moving up and down, connecting with people, talking, speaking with people, kubisha, kuuliza kuna kazi. So one day, lucky enough, I got to work in an hotel. And the best thing I used to appreciate in that hotel is that nilikuwa nakula, that was food. So breakfast and not
everything is there. You're working and you're eating.
I'm working, I'm eating. Even if I'm not paying, I'm not. It's good to go. I was very much okay. So I used to enjoy the meals, the breakfast, the lunch, the supper. That gave me peace of mind.
Wow.
At least. So I had a friend to sleep, to host me. Now I have food, lunch, supper.
Na uko job.
Na niko job.
Wow.
Hata kama nimeandika. So pale I got a skill ya kupika chapati. Now my mind started working now. My mind started settling. Wow. You see now I'm settling. Na shiba, na nalala.
Na sasa unapata skill.
At least now I'm getting a skill. Pika chapati. I'm getting to know how things now are done. How are these people doing this?
And you had not done it earlier.
I had never done it.
Maybe even experience that now you're the first born huko umepata hiyo chance.
Okay, even if ilikuwa kidogo sana ya kupika ugali.
Sio ya sana.
Chapati sasa tungeona chapati.
It was there and it was a golden thing.
It was a golden thing.
Sasa umeweza kufunzwa skills pale hotel, kwanza kufunzwa.
Pale hotel nikajua skill. And my mind now I was now settled. I thought by those days I was getting okay.
Wow.
The depression, the stress, the lack of vision, now imeanza kutoka. For the time I'm getting to know, okay, these are how things are done, these are people who work, these are people who do business, and it's something that I've been longing for to see. So I learned to make chapati. And now the idea of getting back to school came to me. Now, the salary I'm getting here, the wages I'm getting on a daily basis, but now I have something of my own. I have a skill gained. What can I do with this skill I have? Now this skill I have, what can I do? Can I start my own outside there in the streets of Nairobi? I started thinking of such a thing. Nikaanza kufikiria, we have an opportunity in Dedan Kimathi University. So many students eat only every day. Students eat And there are a lot of people in the university. It has so many people. It has a large population of people who need to eat on a daily basis. Why can I do this? Why can I take this chapati? And I beg the administration or the neighboring community to give me a space. Establish a chapati and a little bit of chai and coffee, kidogo. Why can't I do this one there? So that with time, during the times I'm off classes, I can take up this opportunity. I can do them wakati niko off and jioni over the weekends. I think I can make a lot of money. I can make something because if these guys are making profit in Nairobi, if these hoteliers are making profits, kwani mimi naweza tengeneza kidogo nipate kitu. Yes. So I comfortably got back to Nairobi, to Nyeri, and received my education, my studies, and established a center just outside the university, or gate the university.
Kimathi University. Yes. So sasa umeondoka Nairobi.
So nimeondoka Nairobi.
Maybe after how long? Maybe
it was after a year.
Almost a year. From the time you had
almost a year.
You had to do something, maybe in terms of money that you had saved for your fees.
I had something for myself. I had saved a little for myself, and lucky enough, during those times before I got back to this
to Kimathi,
I had gone for elections. These elections, I was a clerk in IBC elections. Okay. My mind, during those times of doing chapatis, my mind got stable. I got stabilized because I used to even drop. I got now ideas of applying for jobs, other opportunities. So I got to work as a clerk during the 2017 national elections, and I got something for myself. And for your information, those elections lasted for. There was a repeat election.
Yes.
So it was twice. So I got to work twice. I got to work twice. So I had also saved something for myself from the hotel. And so before I came to Kimathi, the time I was coming to Kimathi, I had something for myself. I had saved something. And I got Meshiba.
Wow.
Strong. Yes.
And you had the skill.
I had the skill.
That's the most important
so
thing.
I have the skill. I have savings. And now I have stable mind.
Wow.
You see now.
So already umetoka kwa ile state ya depression. You know, there is the greatest issue of like youths, especially kwa campus, kuna issue ya like anafikiria sana, where will I get the money? There's this issue of fees, there's the issue of food. Yeah. Now yourself, you have been able to balance back your mind, and now you have the skill.
Yes.
Now umetoka Nairobi ukarudi university.
To Nyeri, to the university. I thought those days I was stable. Yes, I was relatively stable. And
hakuna kitu ya furaha kama comrade mwenye akona pesa. Comrade akona kitu, hakuna kitu mzuri kama.
So that one gave me the pleasure to get back to school. And now to refocus again. Now to start seeing far. To on a kesho, thinking of tomorrow, a better tomorrow. So I got that morale to move on, to get back. And getting back, I established that business, and for sure because I was very confident. I had that great confidence. I thought I felt like a warrior. You see, I was a warrior.
Sure.
I was strong to enough to start new, to start afresh.
Ni kama ile dhahabu yenye ilipitishwa kwa moto. Sasa imetoka ikiwa salama.
Ilikuwa salama. Ilikuwa nimenyoka. Shida zilinyosha. Na ni mzuri wakati mwingine.
So sisi kama mavijana tusipotee shida sana.
Shida? Okay.
Lazima ziwe. These challenges must always be there.
These challenges you can never avoid them. They are inevitable. Challenges are inevitable. But you can convert these challenges to an opportunity.
Wow.
Most of them are resourceful. They are resources, but they are resources to us. You can convert them to skills, to knowledge, and it's an experience. It's experience.
Good. Now you're back to campus, business and education.
Business minded and education. I'm ready to study now. Now I established it, and slowly by slowly, pole, and a business, you see, business must follow a small, there's a curve,
sure.
and a business must follow. So the business thrived, pole, day in, day out. Making one chapati, or one packet of chapati, to making 3, 5. So we used to make one packet of chapati. Used to make around 40 chapatis.
40.
So yes, we used to make around 40.
This is a campus.
Kind of translucent kidogo. So those 40 chapatis, 50, 100, 200, 300 chapatis. We used to make even up to 700 pieces of chapati in a day.
Within a day?
Within a day. That is one branch. From employing myself.
So you started from employing
I was
yourself.
doing it on my own. To
the 700 of them.
No. I started doing it on my own. No, with time I got friends now. Come up, kuja kidogo, work study. We call it work study.
Wow.
So I used to call it it's work study. So the moment you I mean, either wakati student hana class, you used to come.
So leave alone the work study ashuri.
Wewe
mwenyewe umeanza kupeana.
Yes,
work study.
I had my own. I came up with my own
work study. Kusaidia wengine. Mwingine asiende nje. Utaki aende skill na wapi?
Ukienda Nairobi, kuja skill hapa. Ukimaliza studies, ukimaliza classes, breaks. The breaks within sessions.
The sessions.
Let's say someone has a break from around 11 to 2. Just come, make 3 packets or 1 packet of chapati.
Next money.
You get 100, 150, and you eat that chapati. Okay. See now. So on my sabiango, I'll tell you, kikata 40, make sure you make an extra for yourself. You see. So my profits will never diminish, and you out bazaar, you get something for yourself, and you get something for money. So I used to do that. From 1 to 2, 3, I almost employed, there were around 4. Almost 4. 3 permanent, there are 3 permanent guys, and we also got others, other people, other interests, other permanent workers, and we were almost 4 of us. Yes, and it did very well. I stuck to that.
Wow.
And they said, by the time I graduate, I'll have a bigger, I'll extend it to the town.
Wow.
I'll have a bigger one.
Other
branches. Yes.
Other branches,
yes,
like banks.
Yes.
Now I'm imagining about branches that could pick a chapo.
Yes. You see how M-Pesa operates? Pesa there.
Sure.
So
and that was an idea from just a single person.
I thought of having M-Pesas in the Chapati centers. Chapati centers. So there is there's a school, just Polytechnic,
Nyeri Polytechnic.
So I landed there. I saw an opportunity just close to that organization.
You are an entrepreneur.
I established another one. In Kimathi is bigger. So at the moment after graduation now is when I established that one outside Nyeri
Polytechnic.
And because Kimathi is bigger, so let me establish another one. Gate. There are several gates. Around 3 gates. So at kwa kila gate make a spot. So establish another one in a place known as Boma. So
Boma.
Yes, Boma.
Boma in Kimathi, the other side
of the university. So established, I had 2 in Kimathi and another one.
So now you have 3 branches.
So now mine is moving up and down, managing them.
And you have employees. People you have employed.
Yes, I employed to the tune of 8 cumulatively.
8 young people.
Yes, to the tune of 8 cumulatively. So I used to make a lot of money.
Wow.
Nice amount of money because I had never seen that one before. So it was much for me. It was big for me. Yes. So we used to do that, and that one has been the backbone and the breakthrough of my life.
And that was able to that's why you got the whole fees, the university fees, to pay rent, maybe food, did you know, I know and believe huko tunakula hizo chapo. You used to take, najua ilifika pahali hata zenyewe zika.
I used to pay my fees, my
university fee.
My university fee.
Without consulting the parent?
I had no one to consult at that time. I had no one to consult.
So by the time the parents went their own way, you didn't call them.
Okay, I used to just call them, just to know how are you faring on, how are you faring on, just to get to know what are you doing.
What about the other siblings?
The siblings, now it was my duty.
Because you're the first born.
It was my duty now to get to pay the fees for my siblings. Now, as we talk now, so I worked for, that was 2020, in the year like 2020. So in the year 2020, I went to a microfinance institution in the town. I worked for
Nyeri town.
In Nyeri town. Yes, that is the old bank. So I worked for a few months before the pandemic, the
COVID. So COVID got you working. Okay.
But we did not stay for long because we were fresh recruits in the organization. So we were retrenched. We were retrenched after like 6 months, working for like 6 months. Yes, we were retrenched. There were a lot of restrictions. I mean, there are challenges in the business entity. So I just got back to my organizations. They were still running because I used to manage them while I was working.
Chapos.
Now, yes. So I just got to my normal Chapatis, and now I had a bigger image of establishing an event. I wanted to become an event planner. I thought of becoming an event planner. I purchased, chairs and tents. Now I was ready to get to organizations and plan for events, whether it is arusis, birthday parties,
barrios,
come together, barrios. So I purchased chairs and tents. I was ready to start and do it.
And you have bought chairs and tents
bought chairs and tents.
From income,
From the income I'm making from Chapatis.
From Chapatis.
Remember, in a day I used to make an average of almost 4,000 to 5,000.
4,000 to 5,000 in a day.
In a day.
So within a single month,
so
that's roughly.
That's more than 100,000.
Almost 150,000.
It is between. I used to make between 100 and 150,000 a month.
Within a month.
Yes.
So roughly 100,000 minus. Maybe ukisha minus the expenses, vitu zote, nyumba kwenye unalipa, so unabaki na 100,000.
4,000 was the net profit after I've deducted all other expenses.
4,000.
Yes.
So you're making almost 120 to 150,000 roughly in a month. With an year, that's almost 1.2 million.
Yes, I had
so you had money.
Something. I had something.
You had money.
So it was very easy for me to get my brothers
out of school, sure,
college, and even some of them get my cousins jobs, because some of my cousins were working with me.
Wow.
Out of these 8, like 3 of them were my cousins.
That's nice.
Yes. So my cousins, my brothers were still in college, and now it was easier for me even to get the bigger family on board.
Wow.
To get to my mother, to get to my father, and tell them, you see what you're doing is pettiness. These things you are doing is pettiness. We can get together, we can talk as people.
Sure.
You can and you can forgive each other. And
you're able to do it.
Yes.
They came back.
It was very easy. So mother and dad got back. They forgave each other.
A very encouraging story we are getting from Boniface. He is even able to bring back the parents together. And I think this is something nice. I think sometimes we as the young people, sometimes we tend to, maybe when these things happen in the family, we kind of tunataka kujiweka kado kidogo, but we are running something. Thank you, Boniface. We are running something. You became the uniting pillar back from father and mother. Now they are back. They are back. Maybe that is your story. And up to now, we have seen that you're still in the same chapati business. You have the tents. Are you still in the same tents?
When COVID came, I put it on hold, and so I hold that business, that plan. But now we are now starting it, because now since last year
things are back.
Yes, things are getting back to normal. For information, COVID hit us the worst.
Sure.
Yes,
we know the kind of
business people. Yes. So it affected us negatively, but the vision is still there. The plan is still there.
That's a very encouraging thing.
Sure.
Maybe past the COVID now, maybe we are learning, and we, as always, we always say that time by time the young people should learn from the experience and the stories we are getting from those people who have gone through. As I get maybe the problems and the kind of the challenges that maybe you have gone through. Maybe sometimes I try to ask myself, is there something like giving up? Because if I hear your story, your story, your life story, from the time you are down, very young age, coming to campus, the parents have separated, you can imagine getting to Nairobi to hustle, you get a skill, you come back, unalipa fees kutoka kwa what you're getting from the Chapatis. You graduate, you get somewhere to work, microfinance back, you're retreat back because of COVID, back to the business at Chapati. Maybe that's the story that we as the young people, or the young people, should learn from. Is there anything like giving up in this life?
Giving up is there. It is with humanity. It's part of.
So utafika pale useme
you will feel like giving up, and others give up. People give up. People, especially youths, get to a point of feeling like giving up. Yes, that's a reality. It's reality.
Fika pale unasikia hapana.
Yes, there's some kuna fika place unaona hapa ni kukuta. Hapa ni total darkness. Inafika pahali kwa maisha.
Unasema mwisho. And you know, this is the problem that makes many young people get into attainment, like, enough is enough, I'm tired with this life, let me go.
Yes.
Let me commit suicide. Let me leave. I think that's where things are getting maybe out of the heart of the young people.
It's a real thing. It's happening within our youths, and it's very unfortunate. But depression, stress, and challenges,
mental
challenges, problems, and it's no. That's part. Okay, it reaches a time you feel like giving up. But now the problem is the real giving up.
The real giving up itself.
Yes, you can get to that point, but it is not. I try to tell some youths whom we meet, telling them that okay, now I ask some people questions. Even if you give up, now that you give up, what will you get? Now that you're thinking of the world now is ending. Now what will you get after that?
Wow.
What will you get in return? Yes. Now there is a solution to that. There is a way out of the darkness. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So that is an issue I would like also to pass to the youths. Everyone. It's not just the youths. There are family guys, people who are working. Unafanya kazi, unaona ati kama mafuta kazi. That is not the end. You think that is the end of you. It is not the end.
So so we should not have that spirit of like there's a time to give up.
You should not give it even a try. Usifikirie give up.
So my
challenges are there.
The challenges are there.
Yes. You will endure depression, stress. You face darkness. But at last, let me tell you for truth, there is a way out.
Sure.
Yes. Giving up is not a solution. Na kuna njia za kutoka hapo kwa shida, and the solutions to mental health problems. Share your problems. That's what I say. I used to tell most of the youth.
Because the problem once shared is almost halfway.
Share your problem. Find the social, a social grouping. Share your problems, talk about it.
And we still tell them there is an avenue here at Quo
And
Vadis.
for your information, in Quo Vadis, like we've been doing last year,
Sure.
the mentorship programs, the empowerment programs of Quo Vadis. And thank you so much for His Grace, Anthony Moheria. He's been, He's helped me now. Still open up my mind.
Our bishop.
Yes. The actual bishop has been a pillar.
Baba vijana.
Huyo mzee, Mungu awabariki. Yes, I would like also to wish my other youths who are out there, whether employed, not employed, ukiwa kwa masomo, ukiwa nyumbani. Kindly, I would also wish kama huyo mzee anaweza tengeneza platform, tunaweza kuwa tunafanya sharing na yeye. Because
one on one. It's a request from one face that His Grace Anthony Moheria, our bishop, can get an opportunity to be maybe my youth wanaketi na yeye, maybe sharing one experience and kind of. It's a request.
He's a wise man, full of wisdom and full of words. Ana ujana, anajua kuano.
Youth faith on fire.
Yes, yes. That man is a man, and a knowledgeable man who is very ready to listen. And I thank God for He has given us a chance to share and to interact in Quo Vadis.
That is great, and maybe Quo Vadis was one of the baby child itself in ideology or in idea was maybe followed by the Archbishop, His Grace, and maybe we have seen it helping the young people of this great Archdiocese of Nyeri, and also youth from maybe almost all of these countries.
Yes.
Because like yourself, you come from a colony.
I also wish others come here and we share and we interact, and there are counseling services, free counseling services, and interactions, and kucheza kuinje, because that's part of the solutions to mental health. Physical, practicing physical atakufanya tizi kidogo, inasaidia kidogo, that interacting, speaking out to professionals, speaking out to friends, speaking out to even father, anasaidia sana. Napiga story and you share, and that way you get to learn, you get to see far, you get to be rejuvenated to see. Now you get to
unasikia kweli huko.
Una refresh now.
Youths tuna graduate, and after graduation we are like, there is no job.
No.
So there are jobs.
Jobs are there. And there are so many. There are as many as we are. You see? Because every day a human being needs a human being as unending needs and wants every time. In fact, the next month, or after 2-3 months, I will not be wearing these clothes. That's a need.
Sure.
I need clothes. I need food in the next few hours. Yes. People need to eat chapatis in my center.
You're still earning?
Yes, I'm still earning. That's a job opportunity I'm getting.
So not a matter of the papers?
It's not a matter of papers, Mama.
Because we have graduated and we have graduates over.
A paper is only a license for you to start. It's only become a license. It's not. It's not. Si chapati. You don't see chapati. Tutakatakata vile. No. Use those skills you got when you are studying. Use those skills you get outside there, because it's not all skills you learn in school. You can learn other skills. Those small stuff you got, that small stuff you got. For example, I would like also to expound on issues of youths saying that you have no capital, you have no
starting point.
Because
I think one of the greatest issue with the young people wanasema, kama sitapata job, niseme nianze yangu. Sina capital. You know, the issue like, where do I get the capital? Hata gojo ile ninatoka hustle fund zingine.
It is not about the capital. It is not really about the capital. And I would like to tell youths, one day, it's a scenario I would like to pass. One day, in close to Bethsaida in the Bible, John chapter 9, when Jesus was preaching, it came a time when people were outside, they were in the wilderness, and there were so many people. It was getting late, and the disciples approached Jesus. They asked, yes, Master. These people are hungry. It is getting late.
Sure.
There are so many of them. There are kids here, there are mothers, and there are men. What do we do to these people? Wow. We have nothing.
Thousands and thousands.
There are thousands and thousands. When I say it was, they say there were more than 5,000
men.
They quote 5,000 men.
Men.
Yes.
So do you try to think the rest are not counted?
Not including. Okay, let's just say there were. Okay, the Bible says there are 5,000. And we, in our own imaginations, we think, and my own, I tend to think there were more than the quoted number.
5,000.
Yes. And they came to him and asked him, Master, these people are hungry. What do you do to them? And Jesus only answered them with a very simple answer. What do you have?
What do you have?
What do you have?
The same question would ask the young people.
What do you have? Now you say there are no employment opportunities, there are no hauna capital, you have no connection, you have no one to offer you, capital or loans or whatever. I'm going to say master funding kidogo. People say it's kidogo sana.
But what do you have?
But what you said, what do you have? Jesus asked them, and what do you have? Wakambia, we have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. That's what they brought. Bring that you have. That small thing you have.
And that's where you start from.
That small thing you have. Later, Jesus prayed.
Multiplied it.
And it multiplied.
And you know, it's the same science that maybe Boniface used kwa pale kwa chapo. And what small he had. I think it's an encouragement to our young people. It's an encouragement to the youth.
Sure.
That what small you have, you start from there.
I would like to tell my youths all to ask them a question. This is the question I want to pose to every youth in Kenya and outside Kenya. And especially youths from the diocese of Nyeri. What do you have? That's the question I'd like to ask. That small thing you have, that small skill you got, that skill you got. I know you've got so many skills. You can have a skill. There are people who know to ride bike.
Sure.
People know to drive. Other people know to make beds. That is other people know to cook. Those are skills
that you have.
Use that thing you have. Kuna wengine wanajua kukimbia.
Sure.
Kuna wengine wanajua kuongea public.
Others to decorate like myself.
Yes. Others who decorate. Others who like wengine wanajua kunyoa. Others know how to make
makeup and so on.
The pedicure. Others know how to clean well.
It's about what you have.
What do you have? It's only that. It's only about that small thing you have. Get the skill to manipulate. To convert that you have. That small thing you got.
And I think the young people are able to get maybe which might be your plans within some years to come, because I know you are a graduate of Bachelor of Commerce Finance option, and in one way also another you are now in the Chapatis and you have still the plans for event. Which might be your plans within some years to come? Tumesikia, you are making 120, 140, 150,000 per month. Which might be your plans coming some years to come?
My plan is to continue business, entrepreneurship.
Still in Nyeri, or you want to go on global?
It will start here. It has started here.
Sure.
And probably I'll be impacting lives outside, outside. In as much as I reach them. So my plan is to continue business here and outside here, and in fact encompass my business will encompass those youths. The youths, most of them I work with the youths. In fact, most of them, my employees today our youth.
Thank you.
I would like to continue working with them, getting opportunities, because opportunities are everywhere. So I'll be getting opportunities. I'll be converting those needs, those issues. I continue my entrepreneurship skills. I'll do it. I'll do entrepreneurship within and outside, together with the youth, the willing youths who are ready to cooperate with me, and be strong in business, convert the available resources, create job opportunities. That's the biggest thing I want to do. I want to see guys getting help, and most important, teach and coach youths to be entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
As I am.
Wow.
Yes, and great opportunities for others.
Thank you. Sharing a story, we have had a story from Boniface, and maybe I will give you a chance to read this. That youth mwenye nakusikiza, huyo kijana who want to know, have already amesikiza story yako, get encouraged. No, just a word, that young person.
My word from all youths here and outside this county and in Kenya at large and outside Kenya. Never despair in life. Use that skill you got, that small thing you got, that knowledge you got. It does not. You do not have to go to campus. You do not have to go to college. You don't have to complete studies or what. But if you get an opportunity to study, well, it is nice. But use that skill, that one thing you got, convert it, multiply that one, enlarge that one, and get people to help you. Get to be connected, network with people. Learn from everyone who is within you and outside you, and you will grow. You will see opportunities, and you will be of help. Na zaidi saidia.
Thank you. Boniface Musiu, I was hosting Boniface Musiu from the great county of Makueni, who came to Nyeri County for his university education. And maybe in one way or another, very challenging moments, he got to attend and maybe had to write, maybe get to that moment that had to give up and get into a moment to say, oh, let me give myself a whole 1 year, defer for a year, went, got a skill, cooking and maybe doing the chapatis, came back to the university, graduated and was able to pay his fees from the chapatis. You can imagine, just as ourselves, a charity, what do you have as a young person? And that is the question Boniface has posted to the young people of this great nation, to the young people of the Archdiocese of Nyeri. What do you have? What do you have? Thank you, Boniface. Thank you for sharing with us your own story here at Versity Youth Channel. We are happy and glad. Maybe you have learned a lot from your story, and we know we as the young people say there have gotten something. It is very important to know that life is a matter of always trying, and whatever small that you have, you must always get encouraged of it. It's also important to know that every time you went through challenge, you had to seek a help somewhere. So young people, don't scared to apple. Get someone you can get help from.
Sure.
So na ametuambia vizuri kuja Versity.
Yes.
Utasaidika.
Sana.
Asking Versity, young people, where are you going? Young people, where are you going? Come to Versity and maybe you'll get the next help that is there. Hosting, I was Raphael Mwai, and I'm really grateful from the great Archdiocese of Nyeri, coming live and coming from Versity's Youth Channel. I'm really grateful and always there and ready to host you and to host somebody else. Ready to welcome you once again. Next time when I make such, I'm grateful, and may God bless you for your message of encouragement. And you young person outside there, get encouraged. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep trying. Everything is possible with God. We were told by our Bishop, His grace. Yeah, my youth. Tukae kwa JC, tukae kwa Kristo, mambo yote itakuwa sawa. Asante, and maybe God bless you. Meet next time.